What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. Thank you for everybody who was concerned. Yes, I was under the weather yesterday, but I'm back. This is a whole mess. And I'm going to be dropping the link. So, like the video as the intro plays, we're going to talk about Tiffany Haddish reaching out to the straight shooters to get some stuff corrected. I don't even know. Like the video, y'all. I don't even know.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
One, please. When you reach out to me, make it make common sense, please.
Your intro.
Make it make sense.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Come on, y'all piss me off. Shoot.
Are you okay?
Oh, Lord. Get away from me. Damn!
Mima!
Okay, y'all. Oh, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you got, even if you don't celebrate it, I hope you got to spend some time with your family. Y'all, I want to start off with some foolishness before we even get into Tiffany Haddish, because that's what we're going to start with. And yes, I was a little late because I was talking to an attorney. What the hell is this Target? Now, if y'all were like me and you did some Black Friday shopping, you saw that the deals really just aren't there like they used to be. People used to camp out, fight, all this kind of stuff over Black Friday deals. How you going to have the same price be the Black Friday price? See, they didn't expect this Target shopper to be ratchet like the Walmart shoppers and pull the plug. But they pulled the plug on you, Target. It's the same price. There's no Black Friday deals. Collectively, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Yeah, there's no more Black Friday deals. And y'all, explain this to me. Explain it to me, because maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm getting old. Why is every moment on social media? Now, I like Porsha. I want Porsha back. I like her Dior bathrobe. She's no longer wearing the Versace one that she stole from her ex. She's moved on to, no, I'm sorry. I think this is Dolce & Gabbana. Either way it goes, Porsha has moved on. I'm happy to see her happy. This is the relationship that she always wanted with Cordell, a man with money spoiling her and allowing her to be in the spotlight. However, why do we need to see this special moment between you and your partner?
Your anniversary gift.
Oh, boy.
I just want to say that I love you so much. I adore you from now to infinity and beyond, even after death. So,
did we really just reference the Toy Story? Porsha, I like you, Porsha, but come on.
let's get you something to show you how our love goes on and on and on.
Oh. Another ring? Oh, that's so sweet.
People want to know what this is. So Porsha and her husband are in Dubai, not with Fallon. Fallon is still in Atlanta. She was filming a video last night in her closet. It's a downward spiral, y'all. But yeah, we got Porsha here giving her husband an anniversary gift. But this felt like a very intimate moment. I don't know why this was for the cameras. I mean, it's not on Bravo. I don't know.
What is that? This is called bitches. Get the fuck moving. Are you blind?
He said, bitches is mad. Bitches is mad.
You see that on that brother? You see that on that man? The Hilo singer to you? Keep it stepping.
That's the keep it stepping ring.
That's right. Keep it stepping ring.
Keep it stepping ring.
Now, I'm not going to lie. If you know something about Mims, you know he likes jewelry. This, it looks like an eternity band with emerald cut stones. Porsha spent some money on this. So shout out to them for, after she stole Fallon's man, they have been happily ever after. This is what he wanted from Fallon and he couldn't get. So he got it in Porsha. Bring Porsha back to Ari Choi. That's all I got to say. Bonji, thanks for the super sticker or super chat because she stole Simon, who was willing to be stolen from Fallon. Bonji was going to bring it to you. So, okay, we're done with the foolishness. Let's get to Tiffany Haddish. Now, I told you guys a couple things about Tiffany Haddish. One of the straight shooters reached out to me and they talked to me specifically about me covering this. Thank you for the super chat, Bonji. Look, nothing I said in this was not true. Tiffany Haddish does have a $1 million lawsuit from the mother of those children who she settled with. Tiffany Haddish was arrested on Friday for DUI, and Tiffany Haddish was allegedly, Vic Mensa alleged that she actually assaulted him. All those things were true. A straight shooter reached out and was like, kind of asking me about this and why I ran the story. And I'm like, well, I'm a blogger. Technically, I bring these stories to you guys. We talk about it. When I told you guys the story of Tiffany Haddish, I really told you from the vantage point of we have to think if she's had 2 DUIs, then maybe possibly there's something there. We cannot diagnose her, but maybe there's something there. I ran the story. Tiffany Haddish reached out and wanted you all to know that the case had been dismissed. But Tiffany Haddish did not say to me, I can't believe you ran the story. These things were lies. She just said that the case was dismissed as of last week. So to me, guys, what that tells me is similarly when other people who I've reported on reach out, they're not mad at what I do or what we talk about, right? So I appreciate straight shooters for coming to me. Y'all know you can reach out. Y'all know I'll respond to comments. But at the end of the day, I'm covering the things that are trending. And unfortunately for her, it trended in that direction. Did I say I like Tiffany? Yes. Did I say that I knew people who knew her personally and they rooted for her? Yes. But at the end of the day, you have 2 DUIs. We talked about it. But thank you for that straight shooter who did reach out to me for that. I like for you guys to keep me honest. I appreciate you guys for being here for me. But I'm going to run the stories that are there. But I'm going to try to do it in a way that's not malicious or really trying to destroy anybody. We're shady, but we're fair. So Tiffany, all I can say is I want better for you. And hopefully this causes you to maybe rethink some things. Maybe she should speak to somebody about potential substance issues. But I don't feel like I did anything wrong. But I will be bringing you guys more of the humor and the foolishness. It's been a lot going on with Diddy and stuff. And I'm going to keep following that for you guys. But Tiffany did reach out. Now, here's why I was talking to a lawyer, because I'm not an attorney, but shout out to Simone. I'm not an attorney, but I went ahead and I pulled the records. And I knew for a fact that they had sealed these records. And so the only things I can get are the things that are public record. So technically, in this instance, was Tiffany telling the truth? Yes. It has been dismissed. However, I believe that it's in arbitration now. So whatever comes of the arbitration is going to be the final say in everything with Tiffany and that lawsuit. So I told you guys I would bring it to you. I'm being fair to Tiffany, letting you know that the case was dismissed. But y'all know Mims is gonna be Mims, and I gotta tell you what it is. So hopefully everybody, all parties involved, can come to something amicable. And but that's the Tiffany update. Now I did hear that Tiffany was being foolish in her comedy special. We might get to that if we have time, but I want to drop the link because I'm going to want to hear what you guys have to say. We got like 1,600 people in the chat. We're about to get into the T.I. and King issue, and I got a lot to say on that. Let's get those super chats up. It's a free way to support the channel. Yeah, I'm a King. We had to do this 10 minutes later because they've been demonetizing my stuff depending on what we're talking about. So King in his mouth would definitely get me demonetized. King, what the hell is this?
You upset. You're mad. You can't. You lose it.
I know you. I know you. I know you.
Ain't no mystery, man.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
No, we don't know you stand on business, King. And you see Tiny saying she was gonna him up. You see Tiny saying she's gonna him up, and it's about time. I've been giving King a lot of grace because I feel like, I'm just gonna put it out there. People talk about his looks, but it's his behavior that's bad. It was his behavior that is bad. Now he did, I told you guys in the video, he kind of sort of low-key exposed them for not really taking care of him when he was young. He said that all that big happy family stuff was just for the cameras. That's what they had said. And so now we're at a place where it's like, King, you're too old for this. You're trying to fight people at the Waffle House. And you know Waffle House people will fight back. You are like degrading people. You're feeding homeless people those hot chips for money. I don't know what's going on with this kid, but he needs to, apparently T.I. and Tiny don't have a grasp on why he's behaving like this. He's been afforded everything, but this is not cute.
You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and the family, nigga. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. What is she talking about?
Get off me, nigga.
So you're gonna try to put your hands on your father? Who, like, what are you doing? He's gotten out of control. I don't know what the outcome of this is gonna be, but I know that it's not a good look.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Shit you can do with me.
So you're gonna try to fight your dad. And then you're going to try to out this whole thing by being on live. Y'all. It's
Capping,
not...
nigga. You capping.
You're upset. You're mad.
You capping. You capping. I know you capping. I know you.
Ain't no mystery, man.
I know you though. I know you though. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me?
Y'all, it is disrespectful. It's out of line. I had seen something where he responded. This is what he had to say afterward. I stand on business. Don't give a F who you are. 100. So you're talking about your parents. That's what you're talking about. You don't give a F who you are. It's your parents. I don't give a F who you are. My MFers can't play with me in my face. Not going for it. Duh. I'm a grown ass man now. Whose car you in? Where you get that money from? Where are you living? How grown are you, sir? You're not that grown. You're still relying on them. If I'm a mistake, say that. Stop making the world think you F with me when you don't. Now, that's the real thing. I think that he has contempt for his father. I think he resents his father. And I mean, I see a kid in pain, but this ain't the route. This is not the right route. No, it wasn't a family function. It was at I think a football game. Let me see. I think I saw something a little bit earlier. What happened before? I think I saw it. I'll find it before we finish this live, because like I said, I'm going to be dropping the link. We got about 2,400 people in here. Hit that like button. We hit 85,000 straight shooters overnight. We hit 85K, y'all. So we're definitely growing. Thank you so much for spending time with me, supporting the channel. Let's get into Chris Bassett's Mistress. And I'll be dropping the link shortly. Y'all know that this lady right here said that she was Chris Bassett's longtime mistress. They was meeting at the motel. I told you guys from the very beginning that I did not think that this was the case. And I thought that maybe this lady might have some challenges, we'll say, because of the way she spoke. This was what she had to say. I can't let you hear the Tasha K, but she did multiple interviews. Shout out, to Larger Curves. She caught this one.
Yes, I'm so loyal to him. Even though it might sound crazy what I'm doing, I could like ask for nuclear, right? I could be going crazy right now, but I'm still trying to be like, okay, ask us certain questions, but don't go too crazy. Like, come on now.
So, as long as Chris keeps it respectful, she said she's not dropping receipt as per the Savvy Sam. And yes, that is if not. I have someone that wanted to ask if he was willing to get with you. I will say I did speak to Chris.
Bravo Lita. Now.
Okay, so anyway, you get the point. Look, ma'am. She came out and recently said this. I lied. I never met Chris Bassett. I never talked to him. I made the whole thing up. I'm sorry that my actions hurt people. Ma'am. She did it with a Rod Wave song that the lyrics basically were, I wanted some attention. Ma'am. So I don't know. Yeah, Tasha K brought the story out. I don't know if Tasha K is going to retract this story. I don't know if she has already, but it's a problem. The Intangible Chick says, T.I. said King going to jail because he's out of control. And T.I. would know. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I don't know. Candace, I will say I'm proud of her for not coming forward. Y'all know Candace likes to destroy people online when they come for her. She stayed pretty quiet about this. So I think that her team probably worked with her and it came out in her favor. The woman lied. We saw Giselle and Robin basically sending people to the story. So, kudos to Candace. Now, let's talk about your story, Robin. I'm sure you don't want to. And the last thing we're going to get into, let me go ahead and drop the link, is Nene and Cynthia. A lot of people have been saying that Nene and Cynthia, Star, you said it, not me. A lot of people were saying that Nene and Cynthia were filming for Bravo. That's not the case. So shout out to Bravo Snarkside. I really love that channel. It said Nene and Cynthia allegedly filming in Dubai. So we saw these photos. Let's see. We saw these photos. Again, Porsha is there. We got Cynthia, Nene. Yeah, they were filming, but not for what you think. They were filming because Steve Harvey makes a lot of money in Dubai. He throws this major golf tournament. He throws this barbecue. he gets all of these celebrities like Nene, Cynthia. He got Chris Brown. He got a ton of people to come out there and show their support for him, like real celebrities. What that does is it gets people talking about Dubai. It gets tourism up, and Dubai probably gives him a lot of money. But in terms of Cynthia and Nene, that is a good look. We now know that Nene is following Bravo again, and Bravo is following her. So she might be having a pathway to actually getting back on with Bravo. I wouldn't be mad at it. She's taking my suggestion and also doing her YouTube show. So she's bringing money in. She deleted all of the stuff with her and who's that girl? Bethany. So shout out to Nene. I'm not mad at any of this, but we got people up. Bonji, what's up?
Hey, Mims, how are you?
I'm good. Where you at with any of these stories? Let me take this thing down.
Okay. Tiffany Haddish
Mm-hmm.
has been off the rails for a while. And did you see her rant from a few weeks ago where she's in the car and she's talking and
I saw it.
And she's going after her own team, and part of it is not making any sense. She is I think dealing with some personal issues, and some of the professional stuff I think is affecting her personally. And let's not forget that during the holidays, a lot of people have serious challenges, especially if they don't have family. And I think her family is now her friends based on how she grew up. So part of me understands, but a big part of me says it's a cry for help.
Do you think she's going to be able to get it under control before her career starts like taking the brunt of this?
Well, I think her career has already taken a brunt from that issue that came. I don't want to say exactly. You know, the issue that's back now in arbitration with the mom.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I think that it's taken a hit because I haven't seen her post anything about her being on set doing anything. I know she has a lot of posts about her doing stand-up on Sunset, which is where they speculate she was coming from yesterday, because when she did her stand-up set, she was wearing the same clothes that were on that video when she was in handcuffs.
And Bonji, she did the same bit. So it says Tiffany Haddish recycles old joke about DUI arrest after being found asleep at the wheel. It says, according to TMZ, her Haddish was ready with the punchline when an audience member asked her what happened last night. You tell me, said the comic, who performed at the Laugh Factory, West Hollywood. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Who performed at the Laugh Factory, West Hollywood. I prayed to God to send me a man with a job, a career, preferably in uniform. God answered my prayers. So I don't know if that's funny. The DUI joke, I don't know if that was the right move.
No, it's not funny because it's by the grace of God that she didn't
hurt somebody
or herself. So for her to use that as a punchline is not only insensitive during this time where a lot of people might go out and drink and drive, which is not advisable. Uber is not that expensive. Just get a car. She can afford a car. Last night she was in a car that was being driven for her.
Mm-hmm.
Surely she can afford that. I didn't find it
right
funny
now
at all.
With 2 DUIs, they just allegedly, in my opinion, they might pull her license.
Do you know what she needs to do? She probably needs to check into rehab, because that usually helps a lot for most people. Because she needs some intervention, Mims.
I agree with you. I do hope that this was her wake-up call, to be honest with you. Because
doesn't sound like it, though.
Let me say this about Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish is one of those people whose story, like, it's really rags to riches. And she has a story where she's the person in the family who makes the money and she helps everybody out. And you want to see people really have an upward trajectory like that. But in the instance of drinking and driving, it's one of those things where you have 2 times now. So you really have to check your own behavior. I can't say if it's an addiction or anything. What I can say is, you do have people rooting for you. I had a lot of straight shooters who wore me out about covering this story. But, you have people in your corner. You have a fan base. Just do better. But hold on.
true.
You can definitely stay up, Bonji. But Woody, jump in.
Hey, Mims. Hey, straight shooters. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on the Tiffany Haddish story. I pray that whatever she's going through, she gets through it. Yeah, I just really don't have much. What I do want to speak on is the whole King situation, though.
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, King is 19, but King is still a child. Like, legally, he's an adult, right? But he's 19. And maybe I feel this way because I'm 40. Like, I think about my 19-year-old self, where I was emotionally, mentally, psychologically, right? Like, at that age, you really think you're grown. But the older you get, and you look back on those years, you realize, like, man, I was a foolish child. And that's how I kind of look at King. And no matter what, he's always going to be T.I. and Tiny's child, right? I don't care if King is 30 years old, he's still not going to be as old as his parents. And I feel like it's kind of sad to me that all the adults in the comment section can't hear the pain in this little boy's voice. Like, yes, he may not be going about it the certain way, or the right way, or the way that we think he should go about it. But let's be real, we all human. We didn't all been through stuff in life. We didn't all, reacted to a situation in a certain way. And in that moment, and didn't even fully have control over ourselves, right? Because our emotions was taken over. And I think in this particular situation.
But Woody, I hear you, but he's trying to fight people on the street. Now he's trying to fight his parents. This is the kind of stuff where everybody ain't gonna square up with you and fight fair. People out here getting pow, right? You got to check this behavior quick, because people want to make an example out of you because you are T.I. and Tiny's son.
And I totally agree with you. I feel like that Waffle House situation was him being extremely entitled, right? And a part of this situation is him being entitled as well. But I think it's coming from a place that us as the public, we're judging it like, man, look at this little kid spazzing out or whatever. But I really hope behind the scenes that T.I. and Tiny are trying to get to the root of the problem, right? As his parents. Like, us in the comment section, that's one thing. But I hope that T.I. and Tiny are, as his parents, trying to figure out, like, yo, what is going on with you? Like, you spazzing out, you going off on Waffle House workers. Because when T.I. usually addresses these things publicly, it's usually like, well, he'll find out, he gonna end up in jail. It's like, dude, I hope that's not the approach you really taking with your child behind the scenes. I hope you're like, hey son, let's sit down, what's going on, let's talk, let's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now this is what allegedly led up to it. Right, I don't know if you guys saw this part of it, but this is what King was sharing prior to.
Respect my people. Y'all better respect my people. We don't do that, Atlanta. That's why he gonna miss. We don't do that, Atlanta. Y'all better respect my people. Y'all better respect my people. Yeah,
I don't get it.
Where Michael Thomas? They better respect my people.
Like, it's like he's looking for a moment. I don't understand. Tremaine Rucker, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. We got one more. But definitely stay up, Woody. Kimmy Nicole, straight shooters, we're on our way to 100K, y'all. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. We hit 85,000 last night. The channel is growing pretty fast, and I am super appreciative that you guys are choosing to spend your time with me. Shout out to Mims, Redemption of Gizzard's pink reunion dress. Now, I do still have that pink reunion dress. The wig has fallen off, but I might have to go ahead and get Giselle's stuff back. Put it up. Braylon, you're up. Thank you, Kimmy.
Hey, good sir. Congratulations on the A5K and blessings for the 100,000 that's to come. I want to speak on the King situation. That was my first time seeing it. And I get that he has resources and I get there's pain, but as my mom has always said to me, if I'm 100 and you 99, I'm still your mama. And listen, I mean, it's one thing to be a kid of a parent, but to be on that level, I can imagine that pressure. But I mean, when you are at Waffle House pistol whipping, like you so articulately said, people don't fight with hands anymore.
No,
they don't.
He did not pistol whip anybody.
Oh, my bad.
No, what I'm saying is people don't fight fair. So you are degrading the people at Waffle House, but it was a street fight that he had, or he was trying to have with somebody.
Right. And that's the thing too, is that, what are the coping mechanisms that he has to be able to release that. And I know that, with young men and mental health, I think about the interview that you did with Allison, and how many people don't have the space to do it. And I feel like maybe there might have been conversations where he tried to explain his pain, and because they did listen, he's like, okay, well, if y'all aren't listening to me in conversation, I'm gonna make y'all listen in different responses. But still, that was way out of line. I mean, I know if I were to speak like that, the casket would have already been paid for, the catering would have already been paid for, because my parents, they raised me with, you can say what you need to, but say it respectfully. But I hope he does get the help he needs.
You're saying that he's acting out in a public way because maybe he couldn't articulate what his real feelings were for his mom and dad.
I think so, and I could be completely wrong in that. It's almost like, if dad doesn't let you do something, then you go to mom. If mom doesn't let you do something, then you go to dad. So
he was living with his grandma, he outed T.I. and Tiny and said that he didn't live there. He only filmed the show there and then went back to his grandma's house.
No, and I do know that as well. I was just saying of the simple fact that he seems to be trying to use any access point to have a point. And maybe that just might need family counseling, you know what I mean? But I do hope that situation heals up for sure.
Thank you, Braylon. You can stay up if you want. I said what I said, ho.
Hey, you said it wrong. I said what the fuck I said, ho.
I left that other word out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I apologize. But I'm gonna piggyback off of what Braylon said. He's acting out publicly because he couldn't do it at home with his parents, and like I can relate to that. Even though I'm in my 30s, I've done stuff like that. Well, I ain't trying to find my parents in public, but I did react on social media, going off on my dad, my stepmom, my mom. Like, I understand why he's doing it. I'm not saying what he's doing is right, but I understand why he's doing it, because you couldn't say it in the household. They were always shutting you up, telling you can't speak or speak when you're spoken to. Like, we all grew up in that. Well, not we all, but most of us grew up in that household. And we also have, Black folks also have a Black proverb: what goes on in this house stays in this house. So he letting that everything out. And I'm not saying how he doing it is right, but I understand where he is coming from, especially when he said, if I was a mistake, say that, because that's how I feel with me and my dad.
That right there was the heart of the problem.
It was.
He doesn't feel wanted.
He doesn't. I never felt wanted by my dad. And he, like, growing up, he will always say, well, I got custody of you when you was one, when nobody else wanted you, making me resent my mother growing up. So I understand where, like I said, where he's coming from. I'm not saying what he's doing is exactly right, but I understand why he's doing it, because I've done that. And for my dad to sit up here and say that to me growing up from 5 to like 32, yeah, I wasn't having it. And I told my mom, I had to apologize to my mom recently, to be like, look, all the resentment I had towards you is because of this man saying this stuff to me growing up. I felt like you didn't want me, just like I felt like he didn't want me, because he signed over his rights to my grandmother. My grandma raised me like King's grandmother raised him. So I understand where he's coming from.
I mean, I think not we all, but I definitely was one who my grandmother played a big part, and I'm so appreciative that I had her specifically. Actually, my grandma was like my saving grace in a lot of things. Tanya wanted me to read this, but before I read it, I want to say I'm not in any liberty to diagnose King. Tanya White says King presents as unwell, paranoia, whether the D word or emotional illness. Those of us who know the signs see more than bad behavior. Now that is Ms. Tanya's point of view. Again, I'm in no place to diagnose King. I said what I said. Ho, you can stay up. Star, jump in.
Hey, ma'am. Hey, panel. First, I wanted to touch on the I can't think of her name because I just lost my train of thought. But baby girl, I feel like she had such. I'm sorry.
Tiffany?
Yes, Tiffany. I'm so sorry. I drew a blank that quick. I feel like Tiffany, as much as I love her rags to riches story, I feel like the fame went to her head really fast. I can remember where there were other comedians that had came out like talking about her, and a lot of people said that they were hating. But if we look at her career pathway and how she like really hit it off big, and then boom, the lawsuit came. She kind of was quiet, and now I'm back. I feel like that plays a big part in her behavior. And I hope and pray like all of the people who were around her for those big moments, hint Kevin Hart, hint the Jadas, hint the Latifahs of the world, all the people who were around her in some of her biggest movies, I hope that they are around her now. Because
hold on, really quick, Star. I just thought about this. That whole crew got problems except for Queen Latifah. The whole crew is having problems. Kevin Hart is breaking every bone every other day. And we know what's going on with Will and Jada, but okay, continue.
No, that's actually wow. When you sit and think about that, they all are going through something right now. But I think a contributing factor to hers is like how fast, like she went up pretty quickly.
Meteor.
If we look at like how and I think because once that suit happened, she just went like quiet. I think that plays a big role in, some of her behavior. But I do hope and pray that she gets the help that she needs, because having a DUI is just really unacceptable in 2023. You have too many resources, too many ways to get to where you need to be. I mean, we have Uber, Lyft, we have Maven, we have friends, we have even if you have to ask someone, she was leaving the Comedy Factory, ask someone to drive you home. It's not worth it at the end of the day. Next, the thing with King. I'm sorry, it's gonna be unpopular opinion. I have a 17-year-old, so I think I can kind of speak on this. His behavior is just what
Tiny's looking at you, so watch it.
Tiny can look all she wants to because she's a big part of the reason. You have to think. We were speaking about T.I. and how he treated his sons versus the daughters. If you look at the daughters, they're pretty quiet. We don't hear too much from them. King, though, I think he's trying to mimic who T.I. was. You have to think. T.I. was like this light-skinned dude who, pretty much stood like slapping people. He went up to fight Mayweather over Tiny. Like, he has this story. So you have to think. People are telling King all these stories like he can see it. But also, I feel that he's trying to mimic who his dad is. Hence, in the video, I stand on business. I stand on business. He sounds just like how T.I. was. Yeah. It's like he's literally trying to mimic his dad. And for what? You don't have
the wrong reasons.
You had the resources. You don't have to be hood. For what? Both of your parents got money. Not one, but both. So when we talk about like, oh, well, he's emotionally this because his grandmother raised him. So what? We talk about it takes a village. Guess what? That's a part of his village. I would prefer it to be his grandmother versus anybody else. And then secondly, for the people who's talking about T.I. shouldn't have, did what he did, I would rather it be T.I. that laid hands on him than any of these dudes in the street, because we know how it can go in the street. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care that it's T.I.'s son.
How do you? Hello.
Can I add something, Mims?
Hello.
I don't know who the Dragons Den. So it was Star talking. Dragons Den jump in, and then Banji. Yeah, sure.
I wanted to say one more thing before I end. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think someone said, I think it was the lady who was just up. She said that, you know, all we heard was him saying, if I was a mistake, just say that. That's a part of manipulation. And let me tell you why. Generally, when kids who are entitled, who are spoiled, when they don't get what they want, that's one of the things that they go to. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, you guys didn't want me. Oh, this, oh, that. That's a part of manipulation because they were not in his corner and whatever was going on at said game. I just want to say that I have a 17-year-old spoiled to death. It's like similar behavior.
I feel you. Toria says, Mim, think about this. What if the reason Candace so quiet about the chick because she got her and paid her to tell people she lied? Any of the time she would go off about something. Now, y'all, I don't know how much I can say.
Hello?
Hey, Dragons Den, hold on 1 second. I don't know how much I can say, but I'll say this much. That's not it, Toria. I know for a fact that's not it. I know a couple behind the scenes things. So that ain't it. But okay, thank you, Toria. Dragons Den, jump in, and then Banja, you could reply.
Yeah, I won't take too long. And with respect to your channel, make it make sense and everything that you do, I just want to say that your channel is very intellectual. You talk about real topics. You know, we all like to cliche stuff about the reality shows, but it's nice to see a young man, and I say young because I'm 51, that is refreshing that you do these type of topics, because so much of us do not on YouTube. But anyway,
thank you.
In regards to Tiffany Haddish, the last caller, I want to piggyback. I ain't gonna do too long because I know there needs to be, you know, time limits on conversations, but I'll leave that up to you because this is your channel. But I just wanted to say that in regards to Tiffany Haddish, like the young lady was saying, it was a mediocre rise. It was quick. And usually when that happens, you are not prepared for the onslaught of certain privileges, certain access, certain things that you wouldn't normally do. And I think, and this is an unpopular opinion, she didn't work the way other comedians had to work. You know, most comedians work 10, 12 years before they really get their star going. Hers was less than 5, probably less than 2. And she was in a movie, she was this, she was that. I think her first comedy show, she came out drunk. It was right after Girls Trip. She messed up the joke.
Hold on, Dragons didn't know she was working small time comedy clubs in LA for years. She just didn't have her big break. I know that for a fact because I know people in those clubs. When she did have, something was off with her on that Miami thing. I'll definitely give you that.
And I'll give you, you know, she had to work the circuit, but you know, like Cat Williams said, even he said, and he backtracked with it, I wouldn't have. He said that, you know, she didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think he went back to his original thought that she didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? And he was right about saying that. I'm not necessarily a fan of Cat Williams, but I respect what he was saying. And so she's not prepared for this, you know, and I think her karma is also coming from when that slap happened with Will and Chris Rock. She was one of the first celebrities and said that she wished a man would do that for her in her honor. When you speak that stuff into the universe gonna see about it. You know what I'm saying? They going, you know, it is just one of those things, and I believe that. But also in regards to Tiffany Haddish, she may need to sit this out for a year and a half, you know what I'm saying, get her mind right, go on a real retreat, not some Hollywood, mountaintop, Malibu, 5-star retreat, but a real one outside of this country where the real gurus are living, because they ain't living here, trust me. But in regards to King and, you know, and this whole T.I. thing, why are we surprised that these young celebrities are being used, you know, in their families as some tool to say, hey, we're a great family, we're this, we're that. Even the Cosby Show was fake, you know, in regards to when it was airing. It was airing at a time where 90% of the Black community, you know, that was a pipe dream. You know what I'm saying? More people related to Good Times than they did, you know, the Cosby Show. But my point in saying that is, All this is smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keeps saying, well, let's pray for these celebrities. I want to see a lot of these celebrities saying they praying for the regular person more. And then maybe I'll start praying for these celebrities. That's all I want to say, brother. Keep up with the good job you're doing on YouTube. I appreciate your content. You seem like a very intelligent young man. Because a lot of this stuff I see on YouTube is absolute garbage, and we need to talk about some real issues. And I think you are doing such a great job in that lane. So that's all I have to say. My time is up.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Dragons Den. I do. Bonji, I'm gonna let you reply, and then I'm gonna drop the link again.
Okay, I'll say something and then I'll get off, and then someone else can come up. I wanted to add on to what Star was talking about. I have a 26-year-old and a 21-year-old. And one thing that becomes very clear when you're a parent of a post-teen adult in numerical age, but in terms of biologic and the reasoning part of the brain, which is the frontal lobe, that doesn't develop until 24, 25, or 26 with some people. And with males, it can be slower. So from the video the second video you showed of him screaming at the players, those people right in front of him are actually NFL legends. So definitely he was probably wanting some type of response from somebody for social media. And then it transferred to the suite where him and his parents were. It's one thing for him to do that in the suite. It's another for him to do that right on the field. So I think one, social media hasn't helped. Two, entitlement. He hasn't earned to be called a celebrity. But because he was on a TV show, which his parents portrayed aspirational for our community, and everyone was clapping, only to find out that he didn't even live under their roof. And then there were all those other things about the you know what that they do in the you know who in the basement with all those other people. So all those things play a role in some of the behavior that we're seeing. Because if my parents were said to be doing what has been alleged to have been done, and I didn't live under the same roof, what would you expect? This is some kid. Well, 19. He's still a kid as far as I'm concerned. Who doesn't have any parental guidance? Because if he did, there would be consequences. And if there were consequences, we wouldn't have seen him go at his parents the way he went at his parents. And for Tiny to want to actually fight him in the suite, that says a lot.
My mother would have done worse.
Mine too.
My mom would have really got with me if I ever talked to her like that. Oh, Bonji, did she leave? Bonji dropped the mic and left. I see we got James in the chat. We got Gabor in the chat. Y'all are all cutting. Oh, Bonji does that though. Bonji will mic drop and move on. So I think is Ms. Capricorn. And
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hi. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations on the movement towards your channel.
Well, I appreciate
and I wish you much success. Now, with this King situation, it's very unfortunate and it's very sad as a Black people, period. T.I. and Tiny, they have failed their kids tremendously in many ways. With every scrutinized and situation that they went through in the media, all the things that were said about them, the things that they did to young ladies, the way they act, the drugs, the going to jail, they failed their kids. Period. And it's really sad. And it's unfortunate that he is a lost cause and a lost soul. I truly do feel. I could be wrong, but I do really feel like he is a lost cause right now because he's searching for something and he doesn't have an outlet and he doesn't know how to actually express it in the proper manner that he should.
He's so
And
young.
he needs help.
I hope he's
He
not.
needs help.
Honestly, I hope he's not a lost cause. He's still super young. But I definitely agree they need to go into some type of family therapy, especially with him saying that they didn't want him or alluding to that or feeling like they did not want him.
Yeah, it's a hurtful feeling when you have parents that make you feel like you're less than or you're not wanted.
But we also don't know if that we it's a tough one, right? Because I think that most parents want to do right by their kids, but it's a tightrope because after the kid is of a certain age, it was like when Nene said when she was on her soapbox, we all want the best for her kids. There's celebrity kids out here that are on drugs or end up unalived. You want the best for your kids, but after a certain age, probably the most you can do for them would be to sit down with the counselor and find out the root cause and work to correct it from this point forward. You know what I mean? That's what I hope for them. I hope this kid is not a lost cause. I hope he pulls it together.
I truly hope so as well. The reason why I'm saying he's a lost cause is because of his actions and the things that he's displayed for the media.
I get you.
The things that we've seen.
I get what you're saying, Miss Capricorn.
You know, hopefully they can come to some kind of something to get it together, get on the same page, figure out what is the root of the problem, where did they go wrong, and why he is feeling and lashing out the way that he is, so that he can become a better person.
I hope so too. 19 is super young. I mean, I'm trying to think. I wasn't trying to fight my parents at 19, but I don't think I was like the best kid. My grandmother just passed away. And she was the one who really kind of like, I wouldn't say kept me in check, but she was the one that I always wanted to do right for. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't missing church when my grandma was alive.
I was in church Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays.
But I hope that he pulls it together. So you can stay up if you want, Miss Capricorn. I got a couple super chats, then Q jump in. Measure Man says, I don't think people understand the impact on their children or they don't care. It impacts them.
Don't forget about me.
Wait, who is this? Who did I forget?
Tracy, you forgot about me.
Oh no, you were right. You were right after Q the content guy. It was Dragon's Den, Miss Capricorn, Q the content
Oh, I forgot.
guy.
I dropped down. I had to drop down. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Measurement, thank you so much for the super chat. Gabor said Tiffany Haddish is the reigning. Okay. We each have
Andrew
our
Gabor, you a lie. You a
we
lie.
each have
You was
our
a lie.
opinions.
You was a lie, and the truth ain't in you. The reigning queen of comedy is Monique, and I stand on it, and I said what the F I said.
Absolutely.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Absolutely. You got it right. You got it right.
Not.
I love Monique. Well, I love the old Monique.
Absolutely not.
Monique is the dope.
I love her. I love Nikki Parker. This new version of her with "Hello, my babies."
I don't like
can't
that,
get
I
into.
don't like that condescending winch that comes on my screen. Hello, babies. I love you, my sweet. All that bull crap. Go ahead with that mess.
Well, at least she love us for real, y'all. I'm just saying.
She don't. She love her pocketbook. That's why she wants y'all to buy her mediocre specials.
Okay, hold on. We're Q, jump in. Bring us back. Bring us
You
back.
want me to bring us back? Okay.
I'm shaking the table tonight. I'm shaking the table tonight.
So words mean something, and Monique is no longer the reigning queen of comedy.
All right. Okay, it's Miss Pat.
Getting on my nerves, but she ain't the queen of comedy, baby. Please. Let me see what else. Y'all being too nice about King, honey. He just need a good ass whooping. That's all King need. He just need a good ass whooping. That boy be fine. He is not a lost cause. He's 19. T.I. already told him that he can't get up with him. We already know what that means in the streets. He just need his ass with one good time by somebody in the streets and humble his little ass. And I think he'll be fine. And I think Tiny is a good mother because only a mother could love a face like that. That's a good mother. And we need to respect her as a parent.
But she got a face like that too now. You can't say.
Bringing us back? Did I do a good job of bringing us back, Mims?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because she don't. I just want to say she got a face like
what
that.
Else
That's
did we,
why
what
she
else did
love
y'all
it.
talk about? Chris
We talked
Haddish.
about
Don't
Tiffany
nobody care
Haddish.
about no child. Anybody cheating with no broke man. Don't nobody child. Come on now. We all knew that was a lie. Yeah, that's all. I just think that King need his ass whooped. Whatever his name is, he just needs his ass whooped. Because you look at all the other kids, there ain't no problems with the other kids. I mean, Zanique was fast, but that's not really she just like her mother. But outside of that, he need his ass whooped. That's it.
Oh.
How you say it's no problem with the other kids when one of the little girls was cutting herself?
What?
I never heard that story.
Yeah, the one that he has the middle girl that has the stripper mama.
I never heard that
You
story.
talking about Deja name?
I never heard of him was talking
Deja,
about
yeah.
the Hyman.
Yeah, I never heard that story. I just heard him talk about her private parts and stuff like that. I never heard about the story of her trying to cut herself.
She also said that she didn't get no love from T.I. or her mother as well.
Right.
Ain't none of them get no love. They got money. Ain't none of them got no love though. We all know that.
Hold on 1 second. No, she's definitely telling the truth. She admitted that she was harming herself. I found the article. That's sad, y'all.
Yeah, she said she was self-harming because her dad was never there for her, and I don't know. I can't remember what she was saying about her mom, but yeah, that's why T.I. put her on the album, talking about like he gave her a little spot on the album because that all blew up around his album time where it came out. She was cutting herself, like she had beef with T.I. and yeah, so it's not just King. I think King is the most boisterous about it, but I think a lot of his kids got issues with him.
They all
okay,
do.
so she says, perhaps I had to experience this in order to be able to help someone else that is or will deal with this. I mean, we hurt so that we can help others heal from that same pain, right? I don't need any sympathy. I don't need any of you to try and guess why I did this to myself. I don't need you to tell me things like, oh, you shouldn't do that to yourself. You're too pretty for that, etc., because that will change nothing. All I need for you to do is simply speak and live in your truth like I always encourage you to do. I need you to see that if I can be brave enough to share this part of myself with my journey, then you can too. Wow. I mean, a lot of people don't talk about the fact that there are multiple forms of self-harm. So for those of you that can relate to cutting, but you can relate to other forms, I see you too, and you're not alone. Shout out to her for being brave enough to do this.
I also feel like sometimes this is not necessarily like we can't always blame the parents and stuff like this because we don't know what kids are going through, especially kids who are in the spotlight since they were babies on a TV show that they're getting, criticized for every little thing that they do. We don't know how they're getting treated inside of these schools. They may go to schools with other rich kids, but we have no idea how they're getting treated. So I don't necessarily always want to blame a parent for that, for stuff that we don't know about once the cameras are down and what happens behind the scenes.
Wow. I definitely did not know this. Treasury, jump in. Now, Treasury, you just checked me for skipping you, and now you're not even here. You're muted.
I thought her name was Tracy. I ain't gonna know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tracy. It's small on my screen. Tracy, you're right.
That's my daughter now. I'm like, Treasure. My daughter, like, that ain't her name.
Oh, my screen is like the things are
I'm
like
sorry, I was
this.
trying to click it. I'm in the area about to get out in a minute. All I gotta say is y'all being real nice to King, and I got one thing to say. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. King is a menace to fucking society. King walk around the land and putting his hands on people for no reason. I am not pacifying somebody else's child because if he walk up over here messing with me or one of my kids, King gonna get this clap messing with me. I'm not pacifying nobody's child because he is a menace to society. He walk around and letting you've seen the videos of him harassing people. Why are we pacifying him? For what? That's something that him and his parents got to deal with. I ain't pacifying nobody that ain't gonna minister to society or kids, because that's what's wrong with children now. A person always look at Krishan. Everybody want to pacify this and pacify that, and then they do something wrong. Well, she ain't had no daddy. I ain't had no daddy in my life. I ain't walking around the world slapping and swinging and taking my anger out on other people. So what? Grow up and deal with it. It is what it is. That is life. That is life. And if you can't deal with life, then maybe you need to stay in the house, or you need a shed, and you need only 4 walls, because that is life. Everybody got problems and everybody go through stuff. That don't give you the right to walk around the world and be mad at everybody and taking it out on everybody, because just like you ain't, nobody don't know you or what you going through. You don't know me and know what I'm going through either.
Right.
So you can't do that to people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he would have did that, now Tiny would have slapped 5 of him on the video. Then they would holler about why she put her hands on him. She shouldn't have did that. He's a child. Now he a child, but he was just disrespecting her. She better than me, because I would have. Listen, I'm talking about pimp powder hand. Take mines down. Don't play with me, because I ain't with none of it at all.
Speak on it.
But I got to go in Walmart, y'all. Y'all have a great night. I gotta go.
Well, yeah, go to Walmart because they lying about the prices in Target.
Tracy, before you go.
Target when you
Huh?
Tracy, before you
Hi,
go.
Catherine. Hey, boo.
We start again.
All right, bye, Mills. I'm gone, y'all. Have a great night.
We got a couple more chats before we get to Corey. Hold on one second.
But can I just say this? She mispronounced Krishan's name wrong. Her name is Bluetooth. That's her name, and we're gonna stick with that.
Nah.
Okay, Beatrice. Thank you for the super chat. Beatrice says parents do the best they can. These kids have a mind and hands and heads of their own. You cannot tell them what to do. Thank you, Beatrice. I do think that most parents want the best, even if they don't know what that is for each individual kid. You know, you just try your best. And I don't know what's going on with King. Measure Man, Tiffany was struggling, but she really started spiraling and can't find her way. Monique and Samora. Now, I love Samora. If Samora comes to my city, I'm there. Like, no joke. If you have never gone to a Samora stand-up special,
not the virgin.
I love Samora. What do you say? Put it around your neck. I love Samora. Anyway, thank you, Measure Man. I know the whole Queens of Comedy like back to front. I know the whole Kings of Comedy back to front. I didn't watch that stuff. Andrew Gabor, you must not have watched Mo's Netflix special, boo.
I said what I said.
Trash, friend. I fell asleep. Trash.
And that's why she got all the money. Thank you, Gabor.
Money.
Bonji says, Gabor, Monique isn't funny. I'm not her baby, and her husband ain't her daddy. Oh my God.
You're right. You better say that again, Bonji.
Now that part
Monique is somewhere saying.
So why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong and stuff? I didn't do that.
Thank you, Bonji, for the super chat. KDSCM first says King is a product of inconsistent parenting. He doesn't respect them as an authority, but I don't think they are terrible parents.
Ma'am, can I comment on that, please?
This super chat?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Katie.
King is that could be true in some aspects, but even consistent parents, let's be real clear, can have kids that grow up like the last person just said and have a mind of their own. You can be there day in, day out, make sure they had dinner every night, make sure they fed, clothed, and they will go out in the world and be something completely different. So that is not true.
Okay. I get it. I mean, parenting is one of those things, it's a tough one because you, like I said, you want to do right, but you know, I got my own issues. Your boy's in therapy. So I'm a big proponent for therapy because the stuff that happens to you as a kid can definitely stay with you as an adult. And sometimes you got to work through those issues. Kale Green says so many people need therapy and maybe medication. I don't disagree, Kale Green. Thank you for the super chat. And Shell, thank you so much for the super sticker. That's appreciated and very generous. I think
Really, before Corey jump in, can I just say something?
Okay, sure.
Also, can we stop blaming like the age? Like,
Hold on, Q.
Do you want to do this?
Do you?
Okay, continue.
I do. I hate like his brain is not fully developed until this age or that age. That boy know what he doing. He know he out there acting up. He doing whatever the world allows him to do, whatever people allow him to do. Yes, he's 19, but like if he was 26, he'd probably still be acting the same way if still nobody get with him. He's still gonna be acting the same way, whether his brain is developed or not. If for what people saying his brain is not developed, which I think is stupid.
All right, Corey.
Well,
hold on, really quick. Thank you. Thank you, Whitney, for the Cash App. I never think to scroll my Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Well, Q, as a parent of a boy, who now is a young man, it's true. Y'all don't really, teenagers and people really don't get their good sense until they're about 26, 27, 30, maybe even 30. That frontal lobe is scientific. It hasn't formed yet. Okay. So you can feel how you feel, but science has said what it has said. Now,
Corey, I understand that, sis, but I'm 36, so I know what it's like to be a 19-year-old and have my mind right. I wasn't the best at 19, but I also wasn't out there messing with people and trying to get my ass whooped either.
True.
Can I say something?
No, because I'm talking.
Wait, y'all.
I have been patient. I have been patient. I have let y'all.
Okay.
I have seen y'all talk across one another. I'm like a guppy.
Corey, go ahead, girl.
Corey, jump in. Yeah.
I'm like a guppy, and once I'm on a train of thought, I would like to finish it, and then y'all can have a free for all, please. Okay. So, speaking as a parent of a young man who has mental health issues, T.I.'s oldest daughter, the one he was talking about in the doctor's office, and King, they are at the age where mental health, if it's ever going to show itself, So I hope she's in therapy. That's good. She's taking care of herself. King, on the other hand, he needs a neuropsych, because maybe there could be other underlying issues like learning disability, anything. There could be something there. He could be on the spectrum and don't know how to articulate his thoughts in chronological order, or my son has that same problem where he can't express himself effectively. He may need medication, like someone said. Tiffany Haddish just lost her grandmother. She's spiraling. She's waited for this stuff to happen to her forever, and it's finally happened to her. She has been taking care of her family financially for a very long time. She is the breadwinner. That is a lot to have on somebody's shoulders, and you expect them to be sane, and their backbone is gone. You're on mute, baby.
I think a lot of people do have that on their shoulders and are sane. So I don't know if that's a...
Tiffany also is not sane herself. Her mother had a traumatic brain injury and treated her badly her entire life. She probably has problems effectively communicating. She's self-medicating.
Well, you just said that.
She could have been, yeah.
Probably.
She could have, yes. And she also has been hurt probably bad, like someone said in the chat, by Common, who is a F-boy, right?
We're giving her a lot of... I feel like you are giving her the
I'm
same...
not giving her excuses. I'm just letting y'all know
Corey,
all of this
Corey,
could be underlying for everybody.
Corey, hold on.
Excuse me real quick.
No.
Tiffany Haddish.
Hold on, Miss
She's
Capricorn.
spiraled.
No, Miss Capricorn, hold on.
Okay.
If I say hold on, people, we gotta hold on. Corey, I feel like you're giving her the same positive edit that you gave Steve Harvey. Is Tiffany Haddish somebody that you have followed her career or look up to?
No. Steve Harvey would help my family, period. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna destroy my son's hero in front of his face.
Okay. We spoke nice about him today.
As a mama, that's what you're not gonna ask me to do.
I did
But
not.
what I'm saying,
Hold on, Corey.
what I'm
Hold on,
saying
Corey. I
is,
don't want to have to mute you because I like you in real life. I'm
Hello?
not asking you to do that. I feel like this took a turn that it didn't have to, and it's uncomfortable. So I really do like you. I would never ask you to say or do anything in front of Brendan, who I like as well. But we can't, like, it's been, I felt like maybe when you came on and you shut people down in the way you did, maybe it was because you had something personal with Tiffany. That's why I asked you that question.
oh yeah, no. I'm just saying there are a lot of Black people out here who are not looking into their mental health. And it's very important. And as a component and a person who's worked in her state in the mental health and hygiene department and who has a son who's going through mental illness issues, as well as having a disability, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of factors. You all can blame the parents. You can say he just need one good butt whipping. That could all be true. But what is all of that without looking after this young man's mental health? We as a community always want to put it on the community. We always want to say it's a bad look for this, that, and the third. But we never ask to think about Uncle so-and-so in the attic because he crazy, but he ain't really crazy, but he got a bad joint or something back in the day. There are things out here that we're as a community we're not looking at. That's all I wanted to say, and have that opportunity to say it without being interrupted.
Corey, there was a lot of people up here, including myself, who said that maybe him and the family could go into therapy.
Yeah, I know you said that, but I wanted to address some people in the chat, on the panel, who didn't really think that it could have been mental health.
Hey, ma'am.
Any of these people.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, again, time limits, brother. Time limits. Instituted quickly. But anyway.
Was that shade, Phaedra?
What is going on? We're all a family.
I'm gonna make it quick though.
You won't, Slim.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm just saying time limits. That's a productive
I
way.
can go toe to toe.
But see, now you interrupted me. We let you talk, but now you interrupted me. I'm being nice.
Let's all continue to be
My kind of show.
Dragon. Yeah.
I'm gonna make it quick. I have two nieces. One is 40, one is 38. My sister, she was not the best mother. She probably should have never been a mom because she forced my mother and my other sister to basically sacrifice any of their dreams and wishes to have a good life because they wanted to make sure that the family was taken care of because my sister wasn't doing what she's supposed to do as a mom. Now, my nieces them are now 40 and 38. My mother and my other sister helped them break the cycle, and they kept helping them break the cycle, doing things that they probably shouldn't have been doing because they were not the mother. But when those my two nieces get to a certain age, they had an opportunity. They were shown love. They were shown respect. They were shown that somebody actually cares about them, that is related to them, is willing to sacrifice. At what point does the child not have to take responsibility for themselves, especially at 38 years old? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. If you've got mental issues, they did get counseling, they did get all this, but yet and still, they decided consciously as adults to keep staying in that cycle. So I don't agree with what the last caller said. When you get to a certain age and you know better, and you know you had the right people, the right forces, the right energy to help you break that cycle, it's on you now, period. Now I'm done.
Okay. Gabor, I would say
What's good?
It's been something. What's up, Gabor?
Nothing much. I thought that Corey was talking about Tiffany.
I put Gabor onto something, y'all.
What you put me on? Oh, crumble cookie.
Crumble cookie.
I thought that Corey was starting. I thought when she started, she was talking about Tiffany, and she ended it with King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that what she was saying about King is we don't know what King's mental health is like. This is a young man who grew up on TV in front of, not really grew up, I mean, the show didn't last that long, but we saw him on TV growing up in front of us. Everybody has something to say about his looks. Everybody has something to say about his mama looks, and it takes a toll on people. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably built something to make him feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people build this armor around themselves to make themselves feel comfortable. But I mean, he has been out of line, but I think that what Corey is saying is valid. We do have to check his mental health to see is he okay. A lot of the other kids wasn't getting dragged like the way he was. Everybody was saying that he was just like his mama in the face.
Well, he does. We can't help that. That's his mama's fault.
I'm just saying.
But T.I. loves Tiny dearly. I mean, my goodness. Yes, I mean,
No,
he does.
They divorcing every month.
Paid for him. She paid for him, but I don't know if he loyal. We
real
can give him
quick.
that he loyal. She put him on, and he was loyal, but I don't know if we're gonna say that he loved her.
I'm saying
she
in
wasn't
defense
loyal.
Gabor that he loved his family. We can't negate that fact. Nah. He
ain't
does some
leave.
stuff, but he loves his family.
Well, we don't know that he loved his
loved
family.
them
He
faithful.
always divorcing one of divorced they got 5 houses. They separate and getting back together, separate and getting back together.
But that's normal stuff. Who
Being in
don't do
basements and
that?
stuff.
That ain't normal. Well, no, who that normal for?
What I'm saying is we be on these panels talking about people divorcing and breaking up all the time. I'm saying it's a normal human thing. We break up to make up all the time.
That's all we do. Okay, Panama 65, Panama 65. Thank you so much for the super sticker. We got a couple more. We got a few more. Beatrice BS Lola. What? What is BS Lola? What does that mean?
She probably talking to me.
Bullshit.
Oh, okay, thank you, Beatrice.
My name ain't Lola.
Bonji 40. Did Common deplete her backbone? Oh my God. Did Common deplete anybody's? Because Erica left him on the side of the road.
Erica left him on the side of the road.
His fine self,
They said that voodoo box. They said that Badu box was something different.
That's
what they said. And I feel like, and I want to stand on what I was saying. I believe that Tiffany is the reigning queen of comedy,
and I stand on what I said.
Well, if you're gonna pick somebody else, if I said what I said, we got to pick somebody besides Monique, because getting on stage and saying that your husband.
I'll take some more.
I like some more.
Okay, because Monique getting on stage saying that her husband told her that she stank down there. I don't think that's comedy.
I mean, it is.
Can I ask a question real quick, you guys? Because I'm a little bit off on the Tiffany Haddish thing. I thought that she spirals out of control when the situation happened with her and what was the guy's name with the skit?
The dude who was talking about Lizzo looked like the boo emoji.
Aries
Spears.
Oh, the skit. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that her career spiraled then. It was before that.
Her career spiraled, but I think her behavior is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, did it start then or was it before?
I know that last year she got a DUI for the exact same thing. She was behind the wheel, passed out in Miami, which I think she goes to court for next week.
Atlanta. It was Atlanta.
Was it Atlanta? Okay. She goes to court for that next week. So, we don't know if it is just something minor or if it's an addiction. What I do know is she had a very bright career. She got it at a very late age. That's aspirational. She needs to turn some of this stuff around. But I got a couple more super chats.
Do you guys think that she can turn it around after her and the Aries Spears? Because
I do.
After that situation, it was like I haven't seen or heard of her in a movie or anything.
She just had a movie.
Yeah, she was just in Haunted Mansion.
I definitely think that
she can't do the
kid. Okay, I haven't seen it.
She can't do the kid stuff anymore. She was on par to be like, I was about to say Bill Cosby, but that's the wrong. She was on par. Bill Cosby did Kids Say the Darndest Thing. So I'm saying she was, moving in that direction. She had like a multi-movie deal. She was the big leagues, and it happened for her like that. She was the breakout star from that movie.
Can we name a female? Can we name a female comedian who's had like a great ride?
Monique.
You talking about later in life or just in general?
No, just a very, very great ride. Just had like a good
Like all the
ride.
way through with no problem.
Yeah, besides,
Oh, with no
besides,
problem.
Neither
besides
black
my
or
girl.
white.
Yeah,
Amy
you can't
Schumer?
really name one.
Neither black or white.
I don't.
Yeah,
Amy had a great run, but she was stealing a lot of stuff. Her and Carlos Mencia was stealing.
You didn't ask if they were stealing. You said
Okay,
You know what?
right.
You might have to
I
go
did.
all the way back, Gabor,
I would
to
say Wanda
Mom's
Sykes.
Maybelline.
Wanda Sykes, Whoopi
Okay.
Goldberg.
Whoopi, I think
Mom's.
Whoopi.
Well, Whoopi had some.
Oh, I
Whoopi had
thought
some.
Whoopi went down with the what was
With
his
that
name?
blackface
We
thing.
got to do one at a time, y'all.
Yeah.
When I say
Ted
a hell of a
Danson.
ride, I mean Whoopi. I see a lot of names in the chat,
Okay.
but ain't none of them touching Whoop. I think that Whoopi is one of the greats that we can say just had a good long ride. I love Joan, but Whoopi had a hell of a ride.
But
Yeah,
Gabor,
Whoopi is
she
funnier.
shifted very early. I mean, she shifted. Like she was a comedian, but then she became a movie star. So is it really the same as somebody who's still working the comedy clubs?
Yeah.
I would think of like Samora. Samora has been a staple since the 90s. Who's that woman with? I don't want to say that.
I would say Wanda Sykes also.
But when I think that
Here's that purse.
Wanda ain't that funny.
the thing with
She may
Samora
not be
though,
funny,
Samora
but
does
she's
not.
successful.
Samora has not crossed over. Samora hasn't crossed over. Samora is. I don't think that if you ask the average person who's not black who Samora is, that they would even know who she is.
Oh, Joan Rivers. True.
Yeah, somebody said Carl Burnett.
That's what I
in the
mean.
chat.
I said Crawford. I meant Rivers. Joan
Wanda is white people funny.
Yeah, she's crossed over. So
I like Kathy Griffin, but she's had a hard time.
I love Kathy.
Yeah, I loved her too.
Me too. She can't speak anymore. So we got some more super chats. Whistleblowing Good Witch says, I 100% believe that T.I. and Tiny are guilty of graping, grudging African women in Atlanta. That cannot impact the family prayers. Okay. The thoughts and opinions of Whistleblower are not necessarily those of the Make It Make Sense brand, allegedly. Thank you for the super chat, Whistleblowing Good Witch. Dispatches said, bad behavior is a choice, period. And access to money does not exempt anyone. We have to foster an environment that inspires better choices and protect it by living the change we desire for others. That's absolutely fair, Dispatches. Absolutely fair. I agree with you. KDSM first says, what is the prerequisite to speak on here? I just dropped the link and anybody's welcome to come up on this channel.
The shade.
Whistleblowing Good Witch. I can't thank this woman enough for bringing up mental health. The empathy for Tiffany and King is so right. And Hassan too. I have bipolar disorder too. Thank you for sharing your story, Whistleblowing Witch. And I think she was thanking you, Corey.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, guys.
Really quickly, is it crazy that a 19-year-old is acting out though? Like I don't find that. Like I don't find that to be like, oh, he got a mental problem or he got this. He's 19. He's still a teenager. He's still living under his parents' or grandmother's roof. He is a son of a celebrity who probably gives him everything in the world that he wants whenever he wants it. So him acting out is not anything shocking. It's just different because he's on the internet. Because any other kid that's out on the street, he acting out. So
Somebody answer their phone.
I don't care what science says. I've been 19. I know what it's like to act out and still have my stuff together, still had a job, still work, still have my own place.
You still acting out now.
Well, I wouldn't be me. But I just feel like it's science this, science that. Like I've been a 19-year-old boy, so I know what it's like.
Well, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash gooshmash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the smooshmash.
Oh, this is Orlando.
Oh my God! I cannot with you tonight. I'm not.
No, I thought that Tiffany was on her way up. I do think that she can redeem herself.
Yes.
And I hope that she can.
She's part of the Disney family, so they'll give her other opportunities if she gets herself together.
Why, when I lost control of this panel, I was thinking.
What is I'm here for?
I was really thinking.
What is I'm here for?
I don't even know what the hell he just said.
What is I'm here for?
When did you lose control?
You were up here. Mental. Just Patrick.
You seen Mims? Did you see that Saucy Santana was back with Chef D?
Was that Chef D in the bed with him?
Yes, that was Chef D. They bulldagging. He was over there making us think that he was over there with some trade, and we done seen him over there bulldagging.
Oh, but did Chef D gain some weight?
No, she just big.
Well, he had a BBL.
Oh my god. Okay, just
They both
Patrick
had a
says
BBL.
mental health.
How they both in the bed with BBL?
Baby, when the bottoms reunite, child. Ain't that something?
Talk about Giselle and Robin, or are they off limits tonight?
Oh my god.
And then he told Chef D to come and give him a fellatio.
You're the bottom. That's why you're over there.
Oh yes,
You're the bottom. That's why you're over there.
Hey y'all, so we gotta get to this.
And then he said, "You're not gonna give a fellatio. Come play with it or something." I said,
Let Mims read the super chat, y'all.
Yes.
We know too much about these people.
We gonna let Mims read it. We gonna be messy like Mims be messy over with us. We gonna let him read it. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, read the super chat, man.
Just Patches says mental health sadly has become the fashionable scapegoat that many use to justify bad behavior. We need to be intentional about getting informed and invested before we get involved. I have a feeling that Just Patches might be a therapist. You can put in the chat. You don't have to send another super chat, but put in the chat if you are. And we got another one. The official Tyrese report. Thank you for the super chat. He says crossing over isn't the measure of success. Be good at your craft, and credit to your people should be the standard.
Hey, Thais.
I don't disagree with anything he just said. But I don't disagree with anything he said. Thank you, Tyrese. Y'all, we gotta go. I have lost control.
He got to do the Potomac review, y'all. Y'all playing.
It ain't even came on yet.
We just got on here. We just got up here.
We gotta go. But I think I'm gonna do my reviews in the mornings. I said I was gonna do Potomac on Monday mornings and Married to Medicine on Tuesday mornings.
Look,
But
I was trying to help you out to get up out of here. You over here messing up my flow.
No, I really do gotta go. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everybody who came on. We out, y'all. We out.
See you, man.
Bye, man.
What is I'm here for?
Goodbye.
Bye.